Welcome to our monthly sales training series. This month's focus is on closing the deal. Take a moment to pause this presentation and download the notes for this training session for extensive notes and additional examples related to our discussion. These notes include extra concepts and things to consider as we walk through the training. Our objective is to equip independent waste haulers with the confidence and practical tools to successfully close deals with customers. To recognize when a customer is ready to commit, how to ask for the business without sounding pushy, and how to follow through with a clear and professional service agreement. We'll discuss the 3 signals a customer gives to show they are ready to close, how to ask for the business without sounding pushy. We will explore useful closing language that works and review service agreements, assuring they are clear and set the right expectations. We will finish with a recap and some suggested homework, looking at how you can practice what we discussed today. So let's get started. Don't forget, waste is expected to be a $229.3 billion industry by 2027. You don't need the whole pile to build a thriving hauling business, but you want your fair share. Learning how to close deals confidently will help you earn trust, win more accounts, and grow your roots faster. Brian Tracy writes in his book, The Psychology of Selling, when a prospect starts to nod, lean forward, ask more detailed questions, or begin to discuss timing or delivery, they're giving you powerful buying signals. These cues, verbal and nonverbal, tell you the time to close is near. Understanding these signals are paramount to your closing efforts. The 3 signals we will explore today will be watching and listening for positive engagement, taking notice of body language, and being able to recognize the customer's level of urgency during the sale conversation. Efficiency in these 3 signals will dramatically increase your closing average and assist in gaining new business. The 3 buying signals. Positive engagement. When a prospect starts asking specific questions about pricing, pickup schedules, container sizes, or contract terms, it's a clear sign they're seriously considering your service. They're no longer browsing. They're envisioning how your company fits into their operation. Questions like, how soon can you start? Or, what does your pricing include? Indicate that the customer is in decision-making mode. Listen closely, not just to what they ask, but how they ask. An enthusiastic tone or curious follow-up signal it's time to guide them toward the next step, like offering to send an agreement or confirming a start date. Body language. Even without words, customers often show they're ready. Watch for signs like nodding, smiling, leaning in, or checking a calendar, whether you're meeting in person or over video. These nonverbal cues speak volumes. For instance, a prospect might say, "That makes sense," while flipping through their planner or looking at potential start dates. That's your sign to move the conversation toward closing with confidence. Urgency statements like, "How soon can you start?" or "We need service by next week" are flashing green lights. When a customer expresses urgency, it usually means they've mentally committed. They just need you to lead the way. This urgency may come with a change in tone, quicker speech, or more decisive body language. Use that momentum. Respond with something like, "Great, let's get the paperwork started so we can hit that deadline." When you hear detailed questions, see engaged body language, or sense urgency, it's time to stop selling and start closing. These are signs the customer is ready. You just need to meet them there. Matthew Dixon and Brent Adamson write in their book, titled The Challenger Sale. The art of closing is not about forcing a decision. It's about inviting the customer to take the next step by showing genuine interest and confidence in the solution. When you ask for the close with empathy and clarity, you create a comfortable space for the customer to say yes on their own terms. Your conversation should never be pushy, but it should be direct, yet respectful, always providing solutions using assumptive language when asking for commitment in a non-threatening way. How to ask for the business without being pushy. Be direct, but respectful. Asking for the business can feel uncomfortable, but it's a necessary step, and it doesn't have to come off as aggressive. The goal is to be clear and confident while staying respectful. A direct approach like, "Can we move forward with this today?" shows you're serious, but still gives the customer room to respond comfortably. Offer a solution. Customers respond well when your solution solves a problem they've already shared. If they've mentioned missed pickups, you could say, "It sounds like you've had a lot of service issues. We're reliable and responsive, ready to get you set up with something better." Framing the close as a fix to their issue makes it feel helpful, not salesy. Use assumptive language. Assumptive phrases guide the customer toward a decision without pressure. For example, "When would you like us to start pickups?" Or, "I'll go ahead and prepare the agreement. Does next week work to begin?" These phrases show confidence and help the customer picture moving forward. Ask for commitment gently. If you're sensing hesitation, a non-threatening question like, "What's the next step for us to get started?" keeps the momentum going. It's a collaborative way to invite action while still giving the customer control. Closing doesn't have to be uncomfortable. When you're clear, helpful, and respectful, you make it easy for the customer to say yes. Use these 4 techniques: directness, solution-based offers, assumptive language, and gentle commitment questions to close more deals with confidence. What to say when it's time to close. Knowing how to close a deal can be the difference between a missed opportunity and landing a new account. The key is to use language that feels natural, confident, and in tune with the conversation you've had. 1. Keep it simple and direct. When things have gone smoothly and the customer seems ready, don't overcomplicate it. Try a question like this: "I'll go ahead and send over the agreement for you to review. Does that work for you?" It's clear, respectful, and keeps the momentum going without adding pressure. You're simply guiding the next step. 2. Take a collaborative approach. Position yourself as a partner in solving their problem. For example, "Based on what we've talked about, I think this setup is a great fit for your needs. Shall we get the paperwork started?" This shows that you've been listening and that your offer is tailored, making the close feel like a shared decision, not a hard sell. 3. Use timely momentum when appropriate. If the customer has shown urgency, match it with readiness. "I can get your service started right away if you're ready to move forward today." This adds a gentle push without sounding pushy. It works best when the customer has already expressed a tight timeline or clear need. Remember to make it your own. The best closers sound like themselves. Use phrases that match your style and tone, not a script. The more comfortable and confident you are in asking for the business, the more comfortable your customer will feel saying yes. Once you've successfully closed a deal and both sides are aligned on the value of your service, the next crucial step is sending the service agreement. Timing matters. Sending it promptly keeps momentum going and reinforces your professionalism. Delays at this stage can create hesitation or even open the door for competitors. Clarity is key. Use plain, straightforward language in the agreement. Avoid unnecessary jargon, and if you must include industry terms, explain them clearly. Make sure key details, like pricing, pickup frequency, and contract length, are easy to find and understand. You can reinforce these points in a quick summary or cover message when you send the agreement. Outline what happens next. Let the customer know exactly what to expect once the agreement is signed, whether it's a start date, a site visit, or a call to confirm logistics. A clear next step builds trust and positions you as an organized, reliable partner. Follow up if needed. If you haven't heard back within a few days, or by the timeline discussed, it's perfectly appropriate to send a polite follow-up. Silence doesn't always mean disinterest. Sometimes things just get buried. A quick professional check-in keeps the conversation on track. Sending the agreement isn't just paperwork, it's part of the customer experience. The tone, speed, and clarity you bring to this step sets the tone for your entire working relationship. Learning to observe and capitalize on closing signals takes time and practice. We will work through 3 practice assignments together, but more are included in the downloadable notes. We would encourage you to invest the time working through each assignment to gain insight into other ways to use closing signals. Make sure to download the session notes for a full resource of this training and purpose to review them regularly to grow in these skills. Let's dive into the first assignment together. Assignment 1. Identify the buying signals. Objective: learn to recognize customer readiness by analyzing conversation cues. Review the following fictional customer statements and actions. For each one, identify which of the 3 buying signals it demonstrates: positive engagement, body language, or urgency, and explain how you would respond to move the conversation toward a close. Example statements: can you handle cardboard and food waste pickups separately? Customer nods and starts scrolling through their calendar during your service explanation. Our lease starts Monday. We'd really like to have bins delivered by then. Write your responses in a notebook or document. For each signal, briefly describe the follow-up question or closing statement you'd use. Assignment 2. Write your own closing lines. Objective: develop closing phrases that match your personal style. Write 5 original closing statements using the techniques covered. Write a direct but respectful close, a solution-focused close, an assumptive close, then a collaborative close. Finally, write a limited-time urgency close. Make sure each one feels like something you would naturally say to a customer. Keep these in a personal sales toolkit you can refer to before calls or meetings. Assignment 3. Role-play a closing call. Objective: practice guiding a conversation toward a confident close. Imagine you're on the phone with a small business owner who currently has service but is unhappy with missed pickups. Write a short scripted dialogue, 5 to 7 exchanges, showing recognition of buying signals, a clear ask for the business, and a professional transition to sending the service agreement. Read your script out loud to yourself. Adjust the tone to make it sound natural and confident. Closing the deal is the moment where all your hard work, building trust, understanding the customer's needs, and offering the right solution, comes together to win new business. For independent haulers, it's not just about growing your route. It's about creating long-term, reliable partnerships that drive steady revenue. Recognizing key buying signals like positive engagement, body language, and urgency helps you know exactly when a customer is ready to move forward. When paired with confident, respectful closing techniques, you can guide the conversation naturally into a commitment, without feeling pushy. But closing doesn't end there. Following through with a clear, timely service agreement reinforces your professionalism and prevents confusion. Set expectations early and communicate next steps so the customer feels supported from day one. In short, a strong closing process sets the foundation for lasting success. By consistently spotting buying signals, using effective closing language, and following up with clarity and speed, you'll build a sales approach that feels natural and delivers results. This training gives you the confidence and tools to close deals with integrity and grow your business the right way. Waste Place, Waste and Recycling Simplified.